you for IGPL for having me on board. It's Monday. Mr. Nice to see you. Um, Definitely watching my video a few kilos down now. Glad to play golf. And just to be really excited to be part of IGPL because I feel that golf needs to grow in our country. I think it should be part of our culture. You know, when I was playing cricket, I always used to think that I could have played more matches, I could have done better. But I think when I started playing golf, I realized that probably that was my biggest regret not starting golf at a young age. And obviously, played with a lot of golfers. My dear friend Shiv Kapoor is there. Learned a few cricketing, golfing lessons from
He's a
him.
pretty handy cricketer as well, man.
Yeah, I should take our coach Siddharth name, otherwise he'll get offended. And try and get more shots from these guys now, learning the game. And I realized that it's such an amazing sport.
Yeah.
And and a golfer's life is so hard. When you're going on tour, that you have to pay your bills, you have to make a cut.
Yeah.
And in cricket, we had the advantage with BCCI that we, from the under 16 and the 19s, we never had to look after our daily allowance or renting a room and getting paid for whatever cricket you're playing.
Yeah.
So I think IGPL is providing a format to, especially the younger generation coming on board, that you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And I think that will give a lot of confidence to younger talent to come on board. I feel going to the grassroots level is very important. And my foundation, UVCAN, has been supporting a couple of young golfers. But I think this is going to be a great format. I hope this changes the momentum of golf, because I think if you compare IGPL to say IPL,
Yeah.
IPL change the whole dynamics of Indian cricket and world cricket. And if IGPL can do that in golf, it'll be incredible to see that.
Yeah, that is the hope, to see the sport be revolutionized. And I think that's why we're here. I remember actually watching you test golf clubs for the first time, or first few times at Willingdon way back, and I know you now carry your set everywhere you go. So just a thought on the obsessive nature of the sport, because as you said, I think a key is to bring about more awareness to the sport, to make it more accessible, and that is one of the goals, isn't it, of the IGPL and yourself as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a full tour, and then it's going to be the IGPL League, which is going to be fast, more paced, men and women both competing. Equality of the game, I think, is really important to motivate both men and women. And I think I really hope it changes the face of golf in India, and I'm sure it's going to, because the chairman Vijay Reddy has put in a lot of effort, created an amazing and a big team to create something like this. Something like this, you can only think, you can have a dream about it.
Yeah.
But to put it together, it's a lot of work. So the reason also that I've come on board is to help the sport grow.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to see the budding golfers, the current golfers, to go to better levels of golf, whether it's Asian Tour, European, or PGA. I just want to see a lot of young golfers and our golfers do well. They're going to be Olympics coming soon.
Yeah.
It'll be great to have one of the guys getting a medal over there.
And a mixed team event, which is why this format is even better, I guess. So that helps.
Yeah, definitely it is. Golf is a global sport, and hopefully IGPL can make it really big in India and across the globe as well.
It helps to have someone who doesn't just talk the talk, but walks the walk, or swings the swing, we could say, in Yuvraj Singh as well. Yuvraj, thank you so much, and we'll continue to chat on this as well. But while we are here, and we've already, I think, seen how special this moment truly is for Indian golf, we've also got two absolute stalwarts, as you said earlier, and it's only right that we bring up on stage Shiv Kapoor and SSP Chaurasya. I think we can do better.
talked about this at length, about how golf needs something new, something innovative to make the sport really grow. You know, we've got a talent pool of a billion people. Everyone understands leagues. After the IPL, Indian sports fans understand what leagues are, but a four-round golf format doesn't quite, resonate with people. So something like this, something bringing women and men together in a format that's faster, quicker paced, and something that Yuvraj touched upon earlier, which was a huge point. You know, SSP and I were talking about it, that the financial security that it gives young professionals coming through the system. Everyone looks at the glamour side of golf and what you have to do, but you forget the times when we traveled in trains, sleeping on our golf bags, no guarantee of what you make. So to have that, financial security, to have the chance to play with the icons of your sport for the younger players, absolutely an amazing step, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, I think for any sports person, that stability, that security is such a massive aspect of the sport. It allows you the freedom then to think about your game and not think about and worry about the rest of it. So yeah, great point. SSP, I know you've been a big proponent of change in golf as well. How important a step do you think this is to change the face of golf in India?
I think it's a great thing, to be honest, because I remember when I was start playing golf, I'm not getting the clubs, and now it's so much of changes. So it's a great thing, and I think IGPL, what is IGPL does, I think is a great thing because of IGPL focusing more on the grassroots level player, like in school and colleges, which is very good thing. So I'm very excited about that, and the best part also. Men's and women's playing together. That's a big change, I think.
It is. To see you guys back in the course as well here will be awesome to watch. Shiv, just on nurturing young talent, it's a big component of why this vision is so important to Indian golf. How much can it benefit the youngsters? As you said, rubbing shoulders with you guys, getting into the limelight, becoming household names, hopefully, of Indian sport. How important is that?
I know it's huge. You know, when I was a young kid, I would find the professionals and I'd be like this annoying little kid that would go to them and ask them every single question I could. How do you hit this shot? How do you do that? Today, one of my childhood idols come to me and said, Baji, kaise maarte hain shot, right? So I think to be able to pass on information, to be able to compare, I used to, SSP and I, for example, will still learn from each other. How do you hit this shot? And to be able to do that with the younger generation will be an amazing thing of being a captain of the franchise, but also I'll be learning back from them because the sport's changed. It's evolved. These guys are hard hitting. They hit the ball 340 yards, and that's not something I'm familiar with. So I think it'll be a bit of give and take.
Yeah, that man hits it a long way as well. So we'll be excited to see him take to the course at some point too. But guys, it's a lovely moment to grab a nice picture, a photo op. We've got a beautiful frame that'll come together as well to celebrate and to bring this moment to life. So guys, can we just have that in the middle and have everyone up the center? Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. You just take a step forward while we set up the stage for a fireside chat. Actually, just before that, we've talked about the Asian Tour, we've talked about all the icons, the players, but I think it's only right that we actually get to understand what the IGPL is all about. 10 cities. country? Because we've seen there's been a few golfing hubs, but the development of golf has to go to every part of the country.
Part of the IGPL is growing sport to tier 2, tier 3 cities, going to cities we haven't been to before, and also take it international. I think if you look up at our schedule, we've got Dubai, we've got Colombo, and the experience that players get playing internationally can only help them become better players in the long run. So I think not just playing in your backyard and being out people, but actually getting out of your comfort zone, which all of us managed to go out and play in Europe and played all over the world. I think that only helps you become a better player in the long run. So I think that's part of the plan as well.
Yeah, I think looking forward to that being the case as well.
The particular cities was, of course, keeping in mind a long-term thing with regard to the franchisee depth, city of choice, and golf course of choice. But we've actually gone into all the metros, and what we plan on doing is, along with the tournament, of course, it's a competitive 3 rounds of golf that we have with a field of 48 professionals. But along with that is unlocked well with entertainment and lifestyle.
Nice.
So the thing is that we want this integrate, which is a new thing altogether for us, and that is one. And secondly is that every city we are engaging with the new fans, with the non-golfing people, the spectator-wise. We are doing a lot more by having a fan zone, putting up simulators, some competitions during the tournament, which engages well with the non-golfing people as well. We're also going into schools in advance. A couple of schools we plan on picking up in each city that we go. And a few days before, unfortunately for tomorrow, we had an event at it's one of the schools in Chandigarh. But because the school closure till the 7th, that had to be shelved. But yes, putting up hitting bays, putting up a simulator, getting the kids to be engaged with that, taking 2 of our top pros to engage with the kids, spend 2 hours on question answers. There are a lot of things that is being put in place. So that is something very exciting which we will take along to each and every venue.
I think that's exciting because, as we all know, and anyone who's played the game will know, you're 1 strike away from bringing you back to the golf course. That's all you need. 1 clean strike, and you're back for another long round, sometimes longer than you'd like as well. But Champika ma'am, lovely to have you here. He spoke about the inclusivity of the IGPL. How important a step do you think the IGPL is to elevate women's golf as well? I think it should be on. That's all. I think it should be on.
Good afternoon, everybody. Members of the media, IGPL, dignitaries, and everybody present here. I'm quite proud to say I'll probably be the oldest person in this room, especially walking along with golf. It kept me young, that's important. As far as the IGPL is concerned, I think it's an awakening. It's an awakening, it's a legacy, and it's something which augurs very, very well for the future generation of golfers in our country. Not only the men, but the young golf players that we have been nurturing for the last 20 years at the WGI. We've kept ourselves as an organization with a very simple, very simple message that we want every girl in this country, every golf player, to be able to step on a path which is going to make them more confident and going to, gear them up for the future on international tour. And I think IGPL has got the correct mix for our players, for mixed doubles, for the building of something very important, and that is team spirit. The team spirit that is going to come out from the IGPL is crucial, it is critical. All of us who have played golf here, it's quite clear that golf is an individual sport. However, I think with the staging of the IGPL and the creation and the way it's going to span out, it is absolutely fantastic. And I'd like to congratulate the sponsors and the whole thought behind this, the IGPL. And like I said, I heard somebody say just recently, and just a little while ago, that the whole world, including the IGF, India is a step ahead. Not only that, but now when India talks, the world listens. And I think the golf world is going to see something quite amazing, and it's going to be fantastic for the women. In the future, we're going to see lots of young girls, even from the Asia Pacific region, who might be invited to our tournaments, and we look forward to that.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you for those words as well. Yuvraj, this is exactly what we've been talking about, right? A new avatar for the sport as well. You've had a legendary career in a team sport of cricket. What parallels can you draw with your newfound love for golf? As you said, it's made you fitter in some sense as well. You're still hitting it an absolute mile. But what are you loving about the parallels between the two sports?
Well, the love for the game, I can say that I just had a slip disc playing too much golf.
We have something in common.
Yeah, exactly. And just trying to get fitter and getting back just to play golf.
Yeah.
I think in cricket you used to probably when you were younger, it's easier. When you're getting older, you have to work harder on your body.
Yeah.
But I think the love for the game, as I just spoke about it and how it started, when I stopped playing cricket, as I said, I regretted if I started early. And I think, as ma'am said, IGPL is going to be, it's going to be a new world of golf and a lot of young men and women, youngsters competing in the world of golf. And I think this is what golf needed in India.
Yeah.
Somebody to come and support the game of golf and tell the guys and tell the girls that listen, go and play golf. Don't worry about anything else. We're going to come and support you, and just go out there and perform. Try and get to the best level. Try and be the best. As a sportsman, if I'm playing any sport, I want to be the best in the world, not only just best in my city. I think IGPL is going to give you that platform to be the best in the world and play the league as well. And hopefully IGPL becomes such a great league like an IPL that in the next 5 years guys don't have to go anywhere.
Absolutely.
People want to come and compete in IGPL. So I think that's the whole thought process. Mr. Mandi obviously explained the vision behind the tour, the league and the grassroots level, what they want to do with schools and just how you can tell the locals to come and play the sport, experience it, new people to experience the sport, fans of cricket to come and support the sport if some other cricketers come and play as well.
Yeah.
And just grow the sport in India. That's the whole point around this.
Yeah, that is a key part of why the IGPL has the legs as well. Romit, I just want to come to you as the president of the oldest body in the sport of golf in India. How momentous is this occasion? How much is this going to play a significant role in how the sport takes shape in the future in India?
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, at table, dignitaries, and members of the media. I represent an association called the Professional Golfers Association of India. I am basically just a custodian of its legacy. The legacy started in about the 1980s when the PGA of India started the golf professional tours. Through those tours, we built golf the way it is. The Indian fabric of professional golf was built over the years. We had champions, we had the Basad Alis, we had the Rohtas Singhs, we had the Arjun Atwal winning the PGA Tour event. We had Shiv Kapoor, we had SSB Chaurasia, we had Uttam Singh Mundi himself. We had many more, many golfers over here who represented the country in the world of professional golf. Today, we do a lot of other work behind the scenes. We develop the professionals, the golfing professionals. So we support the people who actually bring golf to us.
Yeah.
It's the greenkeepers, the course architects, the caddies, the caddy masters, all the guys who work behind the scenes tirelessly to make something like this actually come out to the top. So that is where we do our work, and our association with the IGPL is on a platform where we have kind of given rebirth to the PGA of India. We are going to be very closely working with them at the grassroots to develop all these ancillary areas, which give golf its glamour.
Yeah.
And definitely, we would love to be part of this association, and we are. We are launching this tour now, and I think this is the best thing that we could do in the new era.
Fantastic to hear. Really, really looking forward to that partnership coming alive. Joe, I'm just going to come to you because you bring in this global perspective to the game with the Asian Tour, of course, with these guys having played on it. Just tell us a little bit more on where you think the global golf ecosystem is and how exciting, therefore, the IGPL is in view of world golf too.
Well, I see a lot of similarities between the Asian Tour and the IGPL. First and foremost, we're not bound by geographical boundaries anymore. We're looking outside of our traditional region. I see that Colombo is on the schedule for the IGPL. I see that Dubai is on there. Very much like what we're doing right now. We've got the international series, which is part of the Asian Tour. We travel to Africa, we travel to Europe, we travel to the Middle East, and we're not just an Asian or Southeast Asian tour anymore. So that's one of the most exciting things I see, and the parallels between the tour that I run and the IGPL. It's just we're looking outside our box. We're looking at innovation. We're not confined by traditional rules anymore, and the future looks great.
It really does look great. The future has these two guys in it as well. Shiv, just have to come to you because you've been a part of so many global tours. You've had wins everywhere around the world as well. But what does it mean for a professional golfer like yourself to come back to India, to be able to sort of, at this stage of your career and your life, be able to contribute back to the game of golf, to have youngsters around you, looking up to you, learning from you, but being sort of a part of that team environment as well?
Yeah, I think the one big thing that I was always jealous of UV and they played in a team environment, right? And you always had that dressing room, and we never had any of that. You go into a locker room and the guy next to you want to beat him, and he doesn't really want you to have a good day. So I think the whole team environment is very exciting. We miss that in golf. I think if you look at the Ryder Cup, it's a great example of how the world gets behind teams, right? More than individuals. And you may be a Rory McIlroy fan, but when the Ryder Cup comes and you're an American, you're not cheering for Rory McIlroy. So I think the team event brings a great perspective to it. But I think more than anything else, IGPL is just cool, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's young.
Yeah, it's young, it's cool, it's hip, and every kid wants to be part of something that's cool.
Yeah.
These days you tell them you want to go play golf, and unless it's colorful and it's vibrant, and that's the big pull of IGPL.
Yeah.
And also the pathway. I think we're very lucky, and thank you to Joe and the Asian Tour for partnering with IGPL. Because for me as a kid, my dream and pathway was to get onto the Asian Tour.
Absolutely.
And we had that, through India. And the last few years, the kids haven't had that opportunity.
Yeah.
So now for them to have that pathway to get onto the Asian Tour, play the international series, which has been a game changer for golf in the region. We've been lucky enough to be beneficiaries of that. So I think, it's just, like I said, for a old guy like myself to come and play with the young, cool kids, I'm looking forward to it.
Like how you've already played the low card of the old guy, bring a few surprises, I'm sure, when it comes around as well. But SSP, as a seasoned professional yourself, you guys are now going to be icon players. How exciting is that to come and enjoy a very different, new, fresh format, as Shiv said, a younger, cooler format, with these youngsters who are going to be super hungry for success as well?
Definitely. I'm also looking forward to IGPL start. Once I start, I think on tour, thinking I'm already making plan the new boys.
Nice.
Because I'm also getting the older side now. So play maybe a few years IGPL, and then after that I'm going to play a senior.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great thing. I think the young boys get the great opportunity to play IGPL.
Yeah.
And the good road to go international through IGPL. I think it's the great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And Uttam, I have to ask you this, right? I think one of the biggest talking points, and I think one of the best parts of the IGPL is the inclusivity of men and women coming together, playing with the same teams in many ways, sharing that format, having the security of only worrying about their game. Where did that thought come about? How important is that to you and to the entire IGPL team?
I think that's been the key point. Excuse me. Over a period of time, we've been doing a lot of brainstorming.
Yeah.
And it's taken us a long time actually to come to a particular format and structure. So I think it's we are very very fortunate that we've been able to put it in place. Like they say that we are at the moment currently on the runway, and we're ready to take off on the 10th of September. So everything is planned and everything is been written down. So I don't see there being any hiccup, and we're looking forward to it. I think both on us, I think even the women golfers are very very excited about this collaboration, because I think they're looking at competing with our young boys and not so young, but still, I mean, I think
Young in mind.
yeah, it's a different format. And I think and none of the boys, even the boys, are not used to playing with the women professionals. So I think it's going to help in both. And IGPL also has the Olympic goal in mind, which is 2032 onwards. So I think this sort of a format will definitely help engage well between the professionals, be it the men, and basically this is an inclusive thing which also brings in the amateurs along with it. So and we definitely would have a pathway for the amateurs as well when the time comes for them to turn pro, to join the IGPL. So yeah, everything is in sync at the moment.
Everything's in sync. That's music to all of our ears as well. Yuvraj, final thoughts from you. How excited truly are you to see the rebirth of Indian golf in many ways, for you to be a part of it, and to now actually maybe have a bit of an aspiration to bring that handicap lower and lower, share the course with these guys and the youngsters that are now gunning for your back in a different sense.
I think I've learned from these guys, never tell you handicap to
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise you won't get shots. That's how you can con these guys, otherwise there's no chance. But as I said, IGPL hopefully changes the way golf is played in India. As we all spoke about it, I think we have some great stories with Shiv and SSP. I played with them, I heard their stories. I've also played with Jim Wilka, who's a big legend in our game. The guys on the senior tour. After 50, it's really hard on the body, and the guy is just relentless. I really hope that the next generation of players try to be like them and better. And then I think IGPL will give them the opportunity to be fearless and go out there and try and win, try and be the best in the world, and bring a lot of dollars to the country.
Okay, lovely final thoughts. Before we open the floor to the media, guys, just going to get a quick picture of everyone here on the dais for our members of the media and everyone in the room as well. Just your names and which publication you're from would be helpful. Yep, go ahead, please.
I'm Rakesh Taplian from K Today. My question is to Mr. Yuvraj Singh. Because one of the interactions with BJP campaign, Mr. Kapil Dev has said that if I had played golf during my days as a cricketer, I would have scored more than 2,000 international runs. Do you agree with it that playing golf improves the skill of the batsman in cricket?
I definitely agree with Kapil Bhaji. He said 2,000, I would have scored 50,000. Because now the rules have changed of cricket, so you can score more runs. But I definitely agree with him. The reason is, and I think it's a very good learning for the media as well, right? In cricket, you don't get another opportunity. In golf, you play a bad shot, you can hit a good shot and come back on the hole. If you get out, you're sitting in the room for 3 days thinking about what I'm going to do next. But if the second day you would have just got out and played golf with your friends, you would have been, you go to a game with a fresh mind. But I think it's also for me to understand that if you practice every day your own game, sometimes it's good to go and play another sport to come fresh to the park. So if suppose India is playing, if we are playing one day and there's a gap of 3 days, and the guy goes and play golf. Half of the time we don't go play because you guys are saying you don't really practice nahi karna hai. So that mindset also has to change. The more fresh you are, the better the performance is going to come. And I tell all the young cricketers as well that try and play golf, try and go to the range, hit the ball, see how you feel. Because sometimes too much practice is also not good for you. Sometimes when you're not scoring runs, you want to practice more. With golf as well, you want to hit more balls, but sometimes it's good to relax as well. So I think it's just a learning for all of us.
I'll just add to what Yuvraj said. The night before the World Cup final in Ahmedabad, the Australian cricket team played 27 holes of golf at Kalhar.
Yeah.
And if the Indian team had played and lost the final, I can only imagine what the media would have done. But they went on to win after playing 27 holes of golf and no practice.
That's a fantastic point.
Mr. Mode, the question is for you. Why the Indian Golf Union representative is missing today?
Sorry, could you repeat that again, please?
Why the Indian Golf Union's representative is missing today?
Unfortunately, the person who was supposed to be here, Jagad Bhushan, he was called for something urgent, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
but
joining us
at
today. Yes, please. We can have, yeah, go ahead. Just the gentleman behind you and then. Thank you.
Hi, Shivsar. Hemang Negi this side from PTI. My question to you is, we had a chat 2 years before when there was a debate going between Live Golf and the PGA. So, in your opinion, do you think that the IGPL will reach a certain level where the international players and the pros on the tour will have to decide between the two tournaments to do either on the majors or the IGPL? Do you think that we can achieve that level with this kind of vision that you guys have?
I mean, that would be the dream, right? If we can attract the best global talent to India, that would be the ideal situation. I think you take baby steps and start. If I give the example of the WGA, when Champika came to me years ago, she started it with 8 girls, right? And look where the women's sport is today. So I think it needs to start somewhere. The same thing, IGPL starting today, will bring in some international players, hopefully grow it into something where you have the best talent in the world coming. And obviously, economics will play a big part in that as well. But it needs to start somewhere.
Hi, this is Rika Roy from NDTV. Hello to you all on the panel. My question is to Yuvi. Yuvi, while Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma are playing their cricket, would you ask them to play a round of golf in between matches?
Rika, nice to see you after so many years. Sorry, can you repeat that question about...
Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma, who look up to you and you're considered as their mentors, will you ask them to play rounds of golf while they're playing cricket tournaments?
I have told them to play golf and I encourage them to play whenever they have time. But because of the busy calendar, it's very hard to find time. But I think, IPL is a good time for them to actually find time and hit some balls. And it's up to them. Now they're superstars of the game. And they have to decide what's going to help them to be better. If golf can be something, then they have to decide that. But I encourage all the athletes to play golf. I think it's a great way to unwind and it's a great way to be with your friends out there, and it's great for the mind.
So much talk about preserving their bodies. Will it help them?
See, it clearly depends on how much you play, how much you relax. I feel that any sport that helps you relax is going to be less taxing on the body, more fruitful for the mind. So, as I said, I encourage all the young cricketers, and if you see the culture of golf, right? Speaking Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, England. all the best cricketers, or majority of the best cricketers, have played golf from a very young age. And you see a lot of these guys actually play a lot of golf and less cricket practice during tours. Because you cannot you can't change something in your game in 3 days. But how can you recover and be mentally fresh for the game? We're just talking about that. So I just feel it's just not cricket. For any sporting person who plays any sport in the world should play golf, because eventually it will bring out the best in them in their sport. I truly believe that.
And the hand-eye coordination certainly helps. So we've seen a lot of scratch golfers from the world of cricket.
Hi Yuvipa, this is Antriksh from India Today. So you have experienced firsthand how the IPL revolutionized cricket in India. Are we aiming for a similar revolution for golf with the IGPL? Thank you.
I think that's one more question, Mr. Mandi, but that's what we hope for, and it'll be great if we can get there. If IGPL can change the face of Indian golf and world golf, and we get to that level there where the best players in the world want to come and play in the IGPL. I mean, that's the dream. And we have a great team. We have some great players who are sitting here with me, and hopefully we can achieve that in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, could you please elaborate on the format, Mr. Mandi?
So basically, the field size is 48 professionals. That's what we have kept for this year, which is 36 men professionals, 12 lady professionals. Plus, of course, we will have some amateurs, which will make it a total of 54. And the days of play would be 3. We play over 3 days with there's no cut and guarantee money. And one day would be a pro-am, and of course, before the tour starts, before the event starts, we have a practice round for all the professionals. So yeah, I mean, this is just a 3-day event as compared to the normal 4-day events that we have, which have cuts, and then you qualify to play the last 2 days. So here it is that you give your best shot from the moment you start in all 3 days.
There is one in the back.
Hi, my name is Shantanu. I'm from Hindustan Times. My question is to Mr. Cho. So could you please elaborate a little on the pathway that you mentioned? Are there any players who will be graduating to the Asian Tour full-time from IGPL, and what's the pathway like?
At the moment, this is the first season. So what we're doing is we're allowing the top 4 players to come to our qualifying school finals. And there's various invites available for tournaments on the 2026 Asian Tour season as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Just a couple more questions, I think.
Hello, I'm Shivam. My question is to Mr. Uttam. So, how do you see this partnership with the Asian Tour, and how is it helping the sport develop in our country?
See, Asian Tour has always been part of, I would say, our tour in India. They've always been regular visitors. We've always had a number of tournaments in India, which was joint sanctioned with the Asian Tour. And we are very, very fortunate, or I would say I'm very happy that Joe has accommodated our request for this event this year, because there's always a tight schedule on as far as the dates are concerned. So we actually managed to get a window from him for our event, which is going to be in November at the Kensville Golf Resort. And I think a pathway for a domestic tour, I think, is very, very important. I mean, as a professional golfer, I mean, I played on the Asian Tour as well, and at that point in time, you're always looking for a pathway where you can graduate from your domestic tour to a higher tour. And I think this is the pathway that we have from the Asian Tour. And considering the fact that we have not even launched our tour, we're starting off today, our first event being on the 10th. So we have a pathway already in place for our IGPL players by the end of the season this year. They graduate to the final stage of the qualifying school, and then we have 2 spots, which is one for the international series next year. So yeah, I mean, this is just a start, and it'll only get better and sweeter. as we go along.
Do you want to just shed some light from a player perspective on how important the Asian Tour and having that partnership is?
Yeah, for me, when I graduated playing in India, I went on to the Asian Tour, and the Asian Tour opened pathways for me to move on to, play major championships, World Golf Championships. I mean, this year, I don't know if you're aware of the announcement, but the winner of the Hong Kong Open gets into the Masters and the Open Championship. Yeah. Now, imagine an IGPL player that, qualifies through, gets there and gets into the Masters. I mean, that's the ultimate dream. So, I think the biggest thing for a player is to have the pathways. It's one thing to play on your domestic tour to earn a living, but to have the pathway to move on and take your skill to the next level. Yeah. It's the same thing if you draw parallels with cricket, right? Ranji Trophy to IPL to playing for India. Yeah. It's the ultimate dream. So I think pathway is a very, very important part of the tour.
So you want to add something?
Well, I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention that getting through qualifying school is actually very important. Yeah. Look at last year. Our Order of Merit champion, John Catlin, came through qualifying school.
That's incredible.
So he's gone through qualifying school, he's qualified for the tour, come to the top 35. Yeah. He's had a great season, gets into major championships. Yeah. Number 1 on the Asian Tour Order of Merit. It's not inconceivable for a player from IGPL to do that.
That's fantastic. Yeah. One last question. Sorry.
I'll just add on to that as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the last question, I think what Shiva just mentioned. I think on a pathway, we also have a spot from the Asian Tour onto the international series next year, which is the OQS series, which is the Open Qualifier series. So, if one gets into that, there are 3 spots who get in directly into the Open. So that's a great opportunity for, the IGPL players as well. So,
happy dream big. Last couple of questions.
Hi, this is Neha. My question is for Jumpika ma'am. First of all, congratulations to everybody and special mention because there are women who are going to be involved in this, so this is huge for them. What was the reaction amongst the women golfers when they got to know that they were going to be a part of this?
Great excitement. Like I said just before, it's an awakening. It's an awakening of a different type for women. It's not only about playing tournaments, it's about breaking barriers. Many of you may know that women's professional golf started 27 years after the men's professional golf. Now we've come to a fantastic time where we are going to break the barrier we've already broken the barrier. So what we need to look at is gearing up for Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, this younger generation of players. And I've seen right across wherever I've gone for golf that the IGPL platform now, the type of IGPL, it's fun. We all know it's going to be fun, it's going to be exciting. And lots of times, there was a lot of, especially in just the men's tour or the women's tour, it's very, very, week after week, it gets tiresome. It doesn't have its right pulse. It is there. It's a hard living, but I think the time has come to put a lot of fun into it. And I think that's what excites the girls the maximum, that they don't have to make a cut. They will go straight and play for 3 days. And, it's something futuristic, which is very important. And I think, in all fairness, we have to look at diversification in every field. And golf is no exception. I've seen this game long enough. I frankly believe that this is the correct way forward. And it's important, like they said, to create pathways, So why should the women be left out? We are there, the barrier is broken, and we look forward to a great success of the IGPL.
That's it. Thank you, Dr. One final question. Yeah, go ahead.
The question is to Mani sir and also to Yuvraj. The way Indian golf is evolving this year, with Bryson DeChambeau coming in, Rory McIlroy coming in, IGPL as a tour being launched with intermingling of women and men in the sport. Do you think this is the most exciting time to be launching a league like this and a tour like this? What are your thoughts?
Never a bad time or a wrong time to start something good. I think, yeah, we are. I know for a fact that the loss that happened this year with the international series, with Bryson coming in, and like you mentioned, Rory now. So I think this is a great year, and I think we take that as a positive for us to start something new this year only, because I think all good things are happening in this year, 2025.
Yuvraj, if you want to add like the best time to invest your time, energy, money.
Same answer.
Co-founder.
Copy paste. No, but I think it's great for the game. As Mr. Buddy mentioned, somebody like Bryson and Rory coming and playing in India, right? It's just a lot of fan base who are going to come and watch them. And hopefully, some of the top players can come and play IGPL one day. It'll be great for the game as well. So yeah, pretty much the same.
Thank you. A big thank you to members of the media. Your support is absolutely valuable to the success story of the sport and the IGPL. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you.